ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षये सूतमहामुनिये शौनकादि ऋषिभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो आदित्यादि नवग्रहदेवताभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् ॐ पारायणम् अथ द्वादशस्कन्धः। आभासश्च निरोधश्च यतश्चाध्यवसीयते स आश्रयः परं ब्रह्म परमात्मेति शब्द्यते। अथ षष्ठोऽध्यायः। Up to 35 shloka we chanted yesterday. We will do the chanting after that, like every day, with utmost concentration and bhakti and shraddha. Pronounce every word as best as possible. Feel the presence of Lord Krishna in every one of them. And if any of the shloka artha you are able to grasp it, feel it. If not, okay if it is chanting. ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातुः परब्रह्मणः अनुग्रहद्वारेण परमात्मा अनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थमस्मिन् जन्मनि एव सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक संस्कृतेः ईश्वराप्त्यर्थं च श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं च वयं करिष्यामहे। सर्वे आदौ पारायणं। द्वादशस्कन्धः षष्ठोऽध्यायः। शौनक उवाच। ॐ सूत उवाच। नमो भगवते तस्मै कृष्णाय कुण्ठमेधसे यत्पादाम्बुरुहध्यानात् संहिताम् अध्यगाम् इमाम्। शौनक उवाच। पैलादिभिर्व्यासशिष्यैः वेदाचार्यैर्महात्मभिः वेदाश्च कथिता व्यस्ता एतत् सौम्याभिधेहिनः। सूत उवाच। समाहितात्मनो ब्रह्मन् ब्रह्मणः परमेष्ठिनः हृद्याकाशात् अभून्नादः वृत्तिरोधात् विभाव्यते यदुपासनया ब्रह्मन् योगिनो बलमात्मनः द्रव्यक्रियाकारकाख्यं हित्वा यान्ति अपुनर्भवं ततो भूत् त्रिवृदोङ्कारः यो व्यक्तप्रभवः स्वराट् यत्तल्लिङ्गं भगवतः ब्रह्मणः परमात्मनः शृणोति य इमं स्फोटं सुप्तश्रोत्रे च शून्यदृको येन वाक् व्यज्यते यस्य व्यक्तिराकाश आत्मनः स्वधाम्नो ब्रह्मणः साक्षात् वाचकः परमात्मनः स सर्वमन्त्रोपनिषत् वेदबीजं सनातनं तस्य ह्यासनस्त्रयो वर्णाः अकाराद्या भृगुद्वः धार्यन्ते यैस्त्रयो भावाः गुणनामार्थवृत्तयः ततोऽक्षरसमाम्नायम् असृजद्भगवान् अजः अन्तस्थोष्मस्वरस्पर्श ह्रस्वदीर्घादिलक्षणम् तेनासौ चतुरो वेदान् चतुर्भिर्वदनैर्विभुः सव्याहृतिकान् सोङ्कारान् चातुर्होत्र विवक्षया पुत्रान् अध्यापयत्तांस्तु ब्रह्मर्षीन् ब्रह्मकोविदान् ते तु धर्मोपदेष्टारः स्वपुत्रेभ्यः समादिशन् ते परम्परया प्राप्ताः तत्तच्छिष्यैर्धृतव्रतैः चतुर्युगेष्वतन्यस्ताः द्वापरादौ महर्षिभिः क्षीणायुषः क्षीणसत्त्वान् दुर्मेधान् वीक्ष्य कालतः वेदान् ब्रह्मर्षयो व्यस्यन् हृदि स्थाच्युतचोदिताः अस्मिन्नप्यन्तरे ब्रह्मन् भगवान् लोकभावनः ब्रह्मेशाद्यैर्लोकपालैः याचितो धर्मगुप्तये पराशरात् सत्यवत्याम् अंशांशकलया विभो अवतीर्णो महाभाग वेदं चक्रे चतुर्विधं ऋगथर्व यजुस्साम्नां राशीन् उद्धृत्य वर्गशः चतस्रः संहिताश्चक्रे मन्त्रैर्मणिगणा इव तासां स चतुरः शिष्यान् उपाहूय महामतिः एकैकां संहितां ब्रह्मन् एकैकस्मै ददो विभुः पैलाय संहिताम् आद्यां बहुरुचाख्यामुवाचः वैशम्पायन संज्ञाय निगदाख्यं यजुर्गणं साम्नां जैमिनये प्राह तथा छन्दोगसंहिताम् अथर्वाङ्गिरसीं नाम स्वशिष्याय सुमन्तवे पैलः स्वसंहिताम् ऊचे इन्द्रप्रमितये मुनिः बाष्कलाय च सोऽप्याह शिष्येभ्यः संहितां स्वकां चतुर्थाव्यस्य बोध्याय याज्ञवल्क्याय भार्गव पराशरायाग्निमित्रे इन्द्रप्रमितिरात्मवान् अध्यापयित संहितां स्वां माण्डूकेयं ऋषिं कविं तस्य शिष्यो देवमित्रः सौभर्यादिभ्य ऊचिवान् शाकल्यस्तत्सुतः स्वां तु पञ्चदाव्यस्य संहितां वात्स्यमुद्गलशालीय गोभिल्यशिशिरेष्वधात् जातूकर्ण्यश्च तच्छिष्यः स निरुक्तां स्वसंहितां बलाकपैजवैताल विरजेभ्यो ददौ मुनिः बाष्कलिः प्रतिशाखाभ्यः वालखिल्याख्यसंहितां चक्रे वालाय निर्भज्य कासारश्चैव तां ददुः बहुरुचाः संहिता ह्येता येभिर्ब्रह्मर्षिभिर्धृताः श्रुत्वैतच्छन्दसां व्यासं सर्वपापैः प्रमुच्यते वैशम्पायन शिष्या वै शरकाध्वर्यवो भवन् यच्चेरुर्ब्रह्म हत्यां हः शपणं स्वगुरोर्वृतं याज्ञवल्क्यश्च तच्छिष्यः आहाहो भगवन् कियतो चरितेनाल्पसाराणां चरिष्येऽहं सुदुश्चरम् इत्युक्तो गुरुरप्याह कुपितो याहि अलन्तया विप्रावमन्त्रा शिष्येण मदधीतं त्यजाशु इति देवरातसुतः सोऽपि च धित्वा यजुषां गणं ततो गतोऽथ मुनयः ददृशुस्तान्यजुर्गणान् यजूंषितित्तिरा भूत्वा तल्लोलुपतया ददुः तैत्तिरीया इति यजुः शाखा आसन् सुपेशलाः याज्ञवल्क्यस्ततो ब्रह्मन् छन्दांस्यधिगवेशयन् गुरोरविद्यमानानि सुपतस्थेऽर्कमेश्वरं याज्ञवल्क्य उवाच ॐ नमो भगवते आदित्याय अखिलजगताम् आत्मस्वरूपेण कालस्वरूपेण च चतुर्विधभूतनिकायानां ब्रह्मादिस्तम्भपर्यन्तानाम् अन्तर्हृदयेषु बहिः अपि च आकाश इव उपाधिना अव्यवधीयमानः भवान् एक एव क्षणलवनिमेष अवयव उपचित संवत्सरगणेन आपामादान विसर्गाभ्याम् इमं लोकयात्राम् अनुवहति यदुहवाव विबुधर्षभः सवितः अधः तवति अनुसवनम् अहरहराम्नाय विधिना उपदिष्टमानानाम् अखिल दुरितवृजिन बीजावभर्जन भगवतः सम् अभिधीमहि तपनमण्डलम् यैह वाव स्थिरचरनिकराणां निजनिकेतनानां मन इन्द्रियासु गणान् अनात्मनः स्वयम् आत्मा अन्तर्यामी प्रचोदयति य एव इमं लोकम् अधिकराळवदन अन्धकारसंज्ञा अजगरग्रहगिलितं मृतकम् इव विचेतनम् अवलोक्य अनुकम्पया परमकारुणिकः ईक्षया एव उत्थाप्य अहरहरनुसवनं श्रेयसि स्वधर्माख्यात्मावस्थाने प्रवर्तयति अवनिपतिः इव असाधूनां भयमुदीरयन् अटति परित आशापालैः तत्र तत्र कमलकोशाञ्जलिभिः उपहृतार्हणः अतः भगवन् तव चरणनलिनयुगलं त्रिभुवनगुरुभिः वन्दित महमया तया यजुष्काम उपसरामि इति अतः भगवन् तव चरणनलिनयुगलं त्रिभुवनगुरुभिः वन्दितम् अहम् ayatayama yajushkama upasarami iti. Suta uvacha evam sutassa bhagavan vajirupadharo harihe yajumshi ayatayamani munayedhat prasaditaha yajurbhir akarot shakaha dasha panchashatir vivoho jagurhurvajan sanyastaha काण्वमाध्यन्दिनादयः जैमिनेः सामगस्यासीतो सुमन्तुस्तनयो मुनिः सुन्वांस्तु तत्सुतस्ताभ्याम् एकैकां प्राह संहितां सुकर्मा चापि तच्छिष्यः सामवेदतरोर्महान् सहस्रसंहिता भेदं चक्रे साम्नां ततो द्विजः हिरण्यनाभः कौसल्यः पौष्यं ज्येष्ठसुकर्मणः शिष्याः जगृहतुश्चान्यः आवन्त्यो ब्रह्मवित्तमः उदीच्याः सामगाः शिष्याः आसन् पञ्चशतानि वै पौष्यञ्जावन्त्ययोश्चापि तांश्च प्राच्यान् प्रचक्षते लौगाक्षिर्माङ्गलिः कुल्यः कुसीदः कुक्षिरेव च पौष्यं शिष्या जगृहुः संहितास्ते शतं शतं कृतो हिरण्यनाभस्य चतुर्विंशतिसंहिताः शिष्य ऊचे स्वशिष्येभ्यः शेषा आनन्त्य आत्मवान् इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां द्वादशस्कन्धे षष्ठोऽध्यायः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। See, luckily today we chanted that portion where Bhagavan Vyasa, how he gave each of his Vedas and Puranas to his Shishyas. And what one Lamba Chauda sloka we chanted was the Stuti and Upasana Archana of Yajnavalkya Rishi to Lord Surya. And then the story was his guru Vaishampayana, who is Shishya of Vyasa, had to undergo some Brahmahatya dosham, and he told the Shishyas, he do something for atonement. They are all children, why tell them I am more wise and all, I will do that. This is what said by Yajnavalkya. Vaishampayana became angry and he said, you go out of ashram. Before that, you vomit out all the knowledge you gained from me. Then he had to vomit Guru Agnya. Then all the Shishyas who are there, becoming Tittiri birds, they took all the vomit, and that has become that Krishna Yajurveda Samhita. Then in this portion, the Agnavalkya Rishi does the great upasana of Bhagavan Surya, and Surya comes, Bhagavan, and teaches him the Shukla Yajurveda Samhita. So Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda, Vyasa Bhagavan gave to his Shishyas, and they made it into Shakha Prashakha, went on giving to subsequent generations. Even now all over India, these Veda Shakha belonging Brahmanas are there, who at their own capacity and level practicing and protecting it. We don't know much, but there are very many orthodox, staunch, wonderful Brahmanas all over India, irrespective of the language or the state they belong to, they are doing it. There are Mahapandits, they are there in Kashmir में है, हरिद्वार ऋषिकेश में है, काशी में है, गुजरात महाराष्ट्र में है, मध्य प्रदेश उत्तर प्रदेश में, बिहार उड़ीसा में है, ये महाराष्ट्र तेलंगाना आंध्रा में है, कर्नाटक तमिलनाडु के हर जगह वो लोग हैं ब्राह्मण. Maybe a small group some places, in some places big group, and there are the ashramas going on where the Brahmanas children come, these Pandits teach that Veda Shakha. Bhagavan is sustaining even this Bhayankara Kali Yuga, the Veda Parampara, by inspiring some or the other. You just browse through your YouTube and all, you can see so many Veda teaching, all the Veda Shakas teaching, beautiful ashramas and those great Brahmanas. Salutations to them. May the government and all of us take initiative to do very strong, substantial contribution in all ways required for them to get inspired to sustain the entire Vedas, Veda Shakas. Before the materialism and science overpowers and takes away even the existing Vedas. All the Brahmanas, if you don't give them money or any dakshina for their life, then they leave all the Brahmanatva and they become the software engineers, the NASA engineers, everywhere only Brahmanas are there. You go to our ISRO, 30-40%, the topmost are all Brahmana. You see their names, all these Shastris and all of them, because they are not able to, they are not given the Brahmana, that promotion is not given. So they have to survive, so they are using their intelligence there. Going there is not bad, but leaving this is bad. I pray all those scientists, at least after quick retirement, they come back to their Brahmanatva and continue their Shaka Prachara. I request them, I beg them. After 60 they retire, 62, come back at least to do. At least because you have got your money, no pension and all, no tension, do it. 0.01% may be doing it. Everybody should do. All Brahmanas, at least after retirement, especially those who are in big Ujjoga job, come back and take up their Brahmanatva to sustain the Veda Parampara. And others should help them, support them. My request it is, my prayer every day I do. ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीभागवत शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम श्रीसूत शरणं मम श्रीशुकदेव शरणं मम श्रीव्यास शरणं मम श्रीनारद शरणं मम श्रीकुमार शरणं मम श्रीब्रह्मा शरणं मम श्रीविष्णु शरणं मम श्री परब्रह्म शरणं मम श्री विष्णु शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्ययं रसः अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामामुञ्चदकर्हिजिद ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादशस्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वान्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः अथ अष्टाविंशोऽध्यायः Shri Bhagavanuvāca. Hari Om. Salutations to the entire Gurus, Acharyas, Avataras of Bhagavatam and elsewhere. Also Bhagavatacharyas and all Gurus, the Brahma Tattva, the Guru Tattva, the Guru Parampara, the Shruti Mata. 28th chapter is full of the Atmanatma Viveka, the Satya Satya Viveka, the Nitya Nitya Viveka, therefore the Bandha Moksha Viveka. Very sublime, very subtle. For the qualified people, it's the greatest blessing and boon. Enough if this one chapter is thoroughly mastered under the guidance of a able teacher. We can learn, contemplate on that, then we reach to that sublime knowledge and experience of the true self within and everywhere around, after which the ignorance of the self followed by the every projections and imaginations which are creating the unnecessary non-existing samsara, they all go away. In this 20th chapter, we have come up to yesterday the 17th shloka. In the 16th was the jiva defined. In the 17th shloka, the sadhana is indicated. In the 18th one, the sadhana is slowly elaborated. So, just for revision, who is jiva? Dehendriya prana manobhimanaha jivaha antaratma gunakarma murtihi sutram mahanityurudheva gitaha Samsara adhavati kalatantraha. So, Dehendriya Prana Manaha Abhimanaha Jivaha is actually the Antaratma. Because of the Antaratma Tattva is not realized on the seat of meditation. Okay? And also, at least the intellectual knowledge is not there. Therefore, he getting Tadatna Abhimana with Dehendra Pranamana, he is becoming Jiva. So, let us repeat 200th time the same thing. Sopadika Atma is Jiva, Nirupadika Jiva is Atma. Saupadika Atma is Jiva, Nirupadika Jiva is Atma. And to the Atma, the Upadhis are because of the proximity of the Atma with the Upadhis. And that proximity is because of Vishaya Dhyanam. अर्थे हि अविद्यमानेऽपि संस्तुतिर्न निवर्तते ध्यायतो विषयानस्य स्वप्नेन अर्थागमो यथा. See, simple. If these 5-6 things are thoroughly mastered and keep on doing that much sadhana, realization is over. Because of Vishaya Dhyanam, the upadhis are strong and I am Jiva. Reduce the Vishaya Dhyanam, no upadhi strongness, Jiva Bhava goes away. Then what to do instead of Vishaya Dhyanam? Do the Bhagavad Dhyanam of Saguna and Nirguna. When you are deeply involved in Saguna Nirguna Dhyana, you can see the Vishayas are going away as well as Upadhis are going away. Then we are nearing to the Nirupadhika Atma Tattva. Realizing that you are liberated, thereafter you can play in the world again if you want. That is the beauty of this sloka and the sadhana, etc. in a precise form. Now, in the next sloka, the blunt facts are told, which are so difficult to listen or digest. At our level of totally a strong jiva with so strong upadhi tadatmya in so many of vasanas and so much of worldliness, it appears to be impossible for us to accept. What is that? This jiva, who is so much of the activities doing, amula metatu. In his own mula, he is not at all there. And yet, bahurupa rupitam. He is the one taking bahut rupa. Bahurupa rupitam. And how he is taking bahurupa? Manovacha prana sharira karma. By mana, by vani, by the prana, by sharira, doing all the karmas. With every one of them and doing his karma, he is taking bahurupa. This manovacha prana sharira are the upadhi. When they are removed, this bahurupa rupidam jiva is found to be amula. He is not at all there. But the self is there, which alone through the upadhi is appearing as jiva. Okay, then what is the sadhana? Yesterday we studied very exhaustively the entire class. We spent only on this mantra. Jnana asina, upasanaya shitena jnana asina. With the sword of knowledge, with the sword of knowledge, with the jnana talwar, with the jnana khadga. And how this jnana khadga is made strong enough to cut, is made sharper, upasanaya. The upasana is what we are studying. Luckily in Taittiriya Upanishad, from such a long period of 2-3 months, therefore we have a clear understanding. I'll take 2-3 minutes only to explain, which is in essence also of Taittiriya, and we just now saw in our Parayanam also, the Agnavalkya Rishi, Vaishampayana Rishi, Taittiriya Samhita, the topic about all that came. Upasanas are these. Indriyadhisthana Devata Prarthana is Upasana. Seeing what is happening in the world at macro level, knowing our duty in that, participating in that without any selfishness, any breaking the rules is Upasana. Seeking the knowledge, seeking the wealth, knowledge for revelation, A wealth for atonement of all the sins again is upasana. I am telling what we studied in Taittiriya Upanishad, Shikshavalli, the Anuvakas 1 to 9, 10. Then, most importantly, trying to discover the presence of fourth, beyond, behind, and within. All the three in which we are involved in every experience in all the three periods of time. That is upasana. Discovering the fourth substratum. Discovering means पहले है करके कौन सा है क्या है वो on the seat of meditation you realize. But at least an intellectual understanding that beyond the three there is a fourth supporting all the three. In the higher level, all the three are superimposed only on the fourth. That was we studied as the Vyaharta Upasana. Then in the Upasana, discovering that I am Jiva, conditioned by Upadhi. And before getting conditioned by Upadhi, I am first of all the reflection of Paramatma in the Aham Vritti. Then that reflection identified Aham Vritti is I am. And that I am is in the heart. Discovering him is Upasana. Then thereafter, this I in his anticipation of evolution, using the upadhis for the totality, thereby in every life getting promoted higher and higher up to the Mahat Brahma level. All is that is called upasana, according to Taittiriya Upanishad. And finally, Pankta Upasana, okay, ki Pranava Upasana, in which we have come to the finermost Upasana level of taking Pranava as Alambana for Parabrahma Upasana, Mahat Brahma Upasana. While doing Mahat Brahma Upasana with the Alambana of Omkara, we ask him to take care of us in our Yoga Kshema, and we ask him to, that Mahat Brahma, through the Alambana of the Oma, we ask him to remove all the Vignas in the pursuit of Parabrahma. That Mahat Brahma does. Then taking the Alambana of Om, we do the Upasana of the Parabrahma, asking him only one thing, reveal yourself to me as myself. Now, while doing all that, who guides all of this in us? Guru. Therefore, Guru Upasana. On the basis of what he guides us, Shastra. Therefore, Shastra Upasana. Then, to enter into all these things, we have to purify our Antakarana. We have to get away from the Rajas and Tamas. Therefore, the variety of disciplines Guru puts us in, including the Yajnas, the Upasanas, the Seva in the ashram, all of them are Upasanas. So, all these Upasanas are the ones, be attentive, which first give us qualification to listen the Tattva Jnana from Guru. The same things again and again have to be done for the Tattva which we listen from the Guru to do manana on that and become strong in that knowledge. And the same upasanas we have to go on doing for making us more qualified to sit on the seat of meditation, to realize what intellectually we got convinced. So that every time doing the upasana is called as upasana shitena. Then only the jnana, experiential jnana, is gained, which is here compared with sharpened sword. Okay. Now, before that also, at every level of upasana, the jnana asi is becoming to that level sharp. With that level of sharpened khadga, that level of jiva bhava and karana of the jiva bhava upaditadatma is cut asunder. Yeah. The final is when finally the jnana asi is sharpened with final upasana. And final upasana is called ahangraha upasana or aham brahmasmi upasana, which is called savikalpa nirvikalpa samadhi. There, the sharpening of the jnana khadgam is experience that aham brahmasmi. And that final experience of aham brahmasmi which is the final sharpening of the Jnana Khadga, does the final cutting asunder of the Jiva Bhava. Then only this Muni, who is doing it right from the beginning. But the Munitva here, from the day one till the final thing happens, is always aware of what he has to achieve, further what to do. He is called as Muni. Like when I am talking to you on this subject. When I'm very conscious from the beginning till end, what I have to speak to you on this slokas, I am the Muni. You also very consciously listening. Muni means maunam, no other thought. And whatever is taught, Muni, mananam you are doing of, you are also Muni. Who is a Muni? Who is always in the contemplation, thinking of what to do, remembrance of what to achieve, for the what to do. At every moment, he is a Muni. And this word more sacredly used for spirituality. Otherwise, everyone who is accomplishing their work perfectly by following every step diligently is Muni in that level. He can be a scavenger cleaning the road with beautiful attention. It can be a barber doing the shaving and all. It can be an artist of any of the arts. When he is knowing the goal, means, and perfectly following, for that he needs continuous. Mauna means non-involvement, any of the similar thing, and he'll have to do the manana. What I have to do now? What is next? What I have to do next? That is called as Muni. Muni means Mauna, Muni means Manana. बाकी चीजों के लिए मुनि मौन बनकर इन चीजों को निरंतर मनन करने वाला मुनि. When he this way continuously through the upasanas is going on making his jnana asi sharper, and at every level he is cutting the samsara. है ना? I know I can't list out every one of them. It's a big subject again. मुझे जीव बनकर रहने के लिए उपाधियों के तादात्म्य के बाद और द्वारा बाकी सारे जहां जहां मैं फंसा हुआ हूं, उन एक एक चीज को ये खड्ग तलवार जिसको उपासना से हम शार्प कर रहे हैं, यूज करके काटते रहना. And it is happening in us. With every day you are sharpening your jnana khadgam by this upasana of coming to the class, contemplating and learning. Some or the other, the samsara karanas, whatever they may be, the jiva bhava karanas, they are getting cut. Some of them we know, many of them we don't know. Some we have to do more consciously. That I have gained this knowledge full of conviction with proper understanding. With this knowledge now, whatever I was doing opposite to this knowledge, which was binding me to be a samsari, now I will cut it. For example, we chanted Medhaya Pihitaha. All the worldly knowledge is covering the Omkara Nishtha and the Paramatma who is inside the Om sheath. Is it not? Laukika Prajna is covering the Shraddha and the Omkara, Upasana of the Omkara, after which Om, which is a sheath for Brahma, the revelation of the Brahma. Who is the abstraction? Medhaya Pehitaha Laukika Prajna. This knowledge came. If this knowledge is strongly got by us, called Shitena Upasana Jnanasi, definitely we stop involving in all those things by which the Laukika Prajna is a worldly information. We are not gathering to load our Antakara. This is called cutting it asunder. So, in the same way, I have understood the chanchalata in the mind called as Rajoguna is because of Raga Dvesha. Again and again listening this is called Upasana. This again and again Upasana, listening Upasana should make this Jnana Asi strong. With the Jnana Asi, close eyes. Now remember everyone towards whom we have Raga and Dvesha. All Raga Dvesha is cut. Now have no Raga Dvesha to anyone in the whole universe. To everyone in common have same love that everyone is Paramatma's expression or my own self. And those who are near and dear in the form of friends and family members, toward them have an extra added dharma. That's all. Other than all that, with this jnana asi, which is sharpened by the regular listening called as upasana shitena, cut. Is it not? Like that. I need to meditate. To meditate, I have to quieten mind. For that, lot of time I have to sit for meditation. My time is wasted in excessive nidra. So when you again and again listen this becomes upasana, shriya, shitena, jnana, khadga. With that, what I do waking hours are increased. And that time is used for sadhana. I gave you a few examples to say how the upasanaya, shitena, jnana, asina, all those which are strengthening my jiva bhava, my samsara, I am keeping on cutting. Final one is Aham Brahmasmi Anubhava, which cuts the final samsara, so final thing called as Jiva Bhava. I am no more a Jiva, no Upadhi, I am the Brahma Nirupadhika. And throughout the life till that is reached, consciously we do without any dissimilar thought or involvement, he is called as Muni. And the proof of that is what? We have completely cut asunder the Jiva Bhava and Samsara and discovered ourselves is the experience of infinitude. What that infinitude, Akhandatva, Anantatva experienced, the sign of it is Atrushnaha. There is a reveling in the world in our own inner happiness of infinitude discovered without any Trishna for anything. Therefore, Muni Vicharati Gam Atrushnaha. See, Jnanasinopasanaja Shitena Chitva Munirgam Vicharatyatushnaha. How beautiful and complete and clear is this shloka regarding what is bondage and what is sadhana. Bondage is what? Amulametad baruparupitam manovacha prana sharira karma. This is bondage. What is liberation? Jnana sinapasanaya shitena chitva munihi gamicharati atrushnaha. You know, in those days they were only having one language, Sanskrit. And in this poetic manner, when it is given or written, that is to appeal to the students who already know the Jnanam, Sanskritam, because they have gone to Guru, Shiksham Vyakyasyamaha, in the first few years only they mastered it. The highest of the knowledge is given in a most poetic form. Because it is given in poetic form, it was very appealing and was easy to remember by the students. When they remembered because of this appealingness of this beautiful poetic presentation, they enjoyed remembering it, and that poem has got the great knowledge, so that got revealed to them easily. This is a way. लाइक कोई भी बच्चों को सुलाना है तो ऐसे लल्लवी गाते हैं कि नहीं? एक राग के साथ गाने से बच्चों को अच्छा लगता है या बुरा लगता है? इन बोथ केसेस ही स्लीप्स, इन मेनी केसेस ही कांट गेट अप एंड रन अवे. अब क्या करें, चलो सो जाते हैं. ही विल स्लीप. एनीथिंग इन ए पोएटिक मैनर कवि के रूप में बताओ तो आनंद होता है. I'm just telling you the beauty of this highest knowledge given in the beautiful poetic form, in which when you chant it is like a swinging in the swinger. Amulametad baharuparumidam manovacha prana sharira karma jnanasinopasanaja shitena chitva munirgam visaratya tushna. This is the pathetic my chanting because I don't know the raga adi. If someone knows the Sanskrit and raga, in that raga when they chant it, how enchanting will be that chant. See, the tune is enchanting, the vocabulary is enchanting, and the meaning of that is the liberating jnanam itself. That's the beauty of our rishis, munis, and shastras given by them to us. And to fathom the glory of their writings and the content in that, we have to rise to such a highest level of maturity, which was there earlier, but because of the ashraddha created towards our own shastras and sanatana dharma by the outer rakshasas and inner rakshasas, we lost that the ability to pierce into the depths of our shastra, to be able to apprehend or comprehend or acknowledge the greatness of them. These slokas, I tell you, Majadar. Wow. Know where we need to go. Just keep Shastras in front, chant them, revel in the meaning of them. I'm telling you nowadays, I'm so much looking for, fascinated for the chanting of these stotras we are doing after the class. Do you know why I'm so happy with them? Because I did not speak on them and I am enjoying the meaning. And I have to speak on them, extra headache added that I have to explain to you, make you understand. It's my headache, obviously. That is not there. Just chanting, reveling. Just like I did now. Amulame tat bahuro paro vedam manovacha pranaka sharira karma jnanasinopasanaya shitena chitva munirgam visaratya tushna. Then you make so many tunes of it. Are you aware of the entire portion? Only unfortunate thing is, it is in Sanskrit and we don't know Sanskrit. At least the meaning if you can catch. Krishna Bhagavan is very specifically telling how the jiva is made, how the jiva gets bound, how the jiva can get liberated. What is the bondage of jiva? Is jiva रहना ही bondage. What is the liberation of jiva? जीव का नहीं रहना ही liberation. Because of the beautiful thing is that I am the self, I only am becoming jiva. After becoming jiva, I am forgetting I am the self. Now to come back to my own Atma Bhava, I have to remove the jiva bhav. आत्मा का हत्या करके मैं जीव बना और आई एम सफरिंग नाउ. अब जीव का हत्या करके मुझे आत्मा बनना है. द लैंग्वेज हत्या वाला, डोंट मिसअंडरस्टैंड. स्वामी कत्ल की बात कर रहे हैं क्लास में. है ना, जस्ट टू मेक अस अंडरस्टैंड. वी हैव डन आत्महत्या एंड जीव जन्म. नाउ वी हैव टू डू जीव हत्या एंड आत्म जन्म. In me only, through the upadhi, I am born as jiva and suffering. By dropping the upadhis, jiva bhava is gone, but I remain as infinite Atma. Don't forget that. I remain as eternal Atma. I remain as the blissful Atma, Satchidananda. And that is Aham Ruksha Sareriva, Kirti Prushtangireriva, Urdhva Pavitro, Vajaniva, Swamrtamasmi, Dravidakam Savarsasam, Sumeda, Amrutokshida. Not only it is Trishankor Veda Anuvachanam, everyone of us Anuvachanam now. देखो तैतृय उपनिषद हमको यहाँ हेल्प कर रहा है कि नहीं. And the Bhagavatam is helping there. And we have not deliberately thought like that. That is called Bhagavad Kripa, Guru Kripa. Guru Kripa gave us this way, studying together, and Guru Kripa is making us remember that Guru Kripa, recognize that Guru Kripa. Guru Kripa, that Bhagavan is repeatedly teaching us this sublime knowledge. We have to catch it. जैसे कहावत है कि तेलुगु में ना, दिया जब जलता है तभी घर को संवारना. तेल खत्म होकर दिया बुझ गया, हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. एवरीथिंग इवन नाउअडेज आल्सो, जब बिजली का किल्लत होने लगता है तो बिजली सब संवारते हैं. छोटे जब मौका मिल रहा है तभी जा करके हमको वी हैव टू स्ट्रेंथन आवर नॉलेज. द बेस्ट ऑफ द नॉलेज इन ऑल आवर 4-5 classes nowadays we are getting. So we have seen now what is the sadhana to be done. Upasanaya shitena jnana asina chitva. किसका छेदन करना है? जीव का. कैसे करोगे? वो जीव बनकर रहने के लिए. Whatever the things he is doing or I am doing, each of them I ration them, I cut them, I remove them. Only two things, that is upadhi tadatmya, and with the upadhi living in the world for fulfilling the demands of the upadhi. इन सबको काटते जाओ तो then जीव भी कट जाएगा. Think more about it. So I am the jiva as an enjoyer through the tongue, as a taster of the objects of the world. So when I devalue the objects of the world, I devalue the taste of the tongue, then the tongue के द्वारा taster वाला जीवा is reduced. To that extent, samsara is reduced. All these things are very sublimely told to us in the Katha Adi Upanishads. If you remember those portions we studied with not Bhashya, generally Telugu people studied in Bhashya. When the shlokas came, Yachedvang manasi prajnaha tadyached jnana atmani jnana atma jnanam atmani mahati yached tadyached shante atmani. Before that, Indriyabhyapyarahyartaha artebhyasya param manaha manasastu para buddhi buddhera mahan paraha mahata param avyaktam avyaktat purusha paraha purushana param kinchit sakashta savaragadihi. Same thing in the chapter 3 Gita. इंद्रियभ्य परा अर्थाः अर्थेभ्य श्रवणः परः मनस्तु परा बुद्धिर्बुद्धेरात्मा महान् परः यो बुद्धे परतस्तुः एवं बुद्धे परं बुद्ध्वा संस्तभ्यात्मानमात्मना जहि शत्रु महाबाहो कामरूपं दुरासदम्. The last 5 slokas of chapter 3. All of them are talking about how all the reasons because of which I am continuing to become a strong jiva, those reasons are removed, eliminated, cut asunder, thrown away, so that the jiva in me is becoming thinner and thinner. To that extent, the self is revealing more and more vividly. Finally, the jiva gone, self revealed. Like in a very rainy, cloudy season. Absolutely dark cloud, sun is not seen. As through the rains, the clouds become thinner and thinner, you can see the sun is slowly coming. When the final layer of clouds go away, the sun is distinct, clear, direct. So too, the Atma Surya is covered by the Jiva cloud. When the Jiva cloud is removed, Atma Surya Anubhava comes to us. And the Jiva Bhava is because of Dehendriya Mana Prana Upadhi Tadatmya, and through them doing all the karmas in which Paramatma is not the thing. Yeah? And all that put together in one sentence is Dhyayato Vishayanasya. Swartitne Avtagava. You know? See, ध्यायतो अर्थे अविद्यमानोपि संसारो न निवर्तते वै ध्यायतो विषयानस्य. Already we have seen all that. Relate all of that, we get the clarity. So because of my Vishaya Dhyanam in the mana, followed by to procure the Vishayas about which the desire has come to me, I am using my Karmendriyas Prana Shakti to work for it. All this is strengthening the Jiva in me. And who is Jiva? Karta of the karma. To get the karma phala, after getting it, bhokta of the karma phala. Karta bhokta is Jiva. We are always doing that only. कुछ ना कुछ कर ही जा रहे हैं, ज्ञानेंद्रिय कर्मेंद्रिय अंतःकरण से, and whenever we do something comes, हम उसको भोगते जा रहे हैं. Knowingly or unknowingly, the karmas are punya or papa or good or bad, that type of result are coming. Final result of all is sukha dukha. सो पाप पुण्य कर्म के द्वारा दुखी सुखी भोग करने वाले को जीव कहते हैं. सो पाप पुण्य कर्ता, दुखी सुखी भोक्ता इज जीव. Precisely. And why is doing all of that? Because of vasanas. And where is sadhana? One side you have to eliminate vasanas, another side remove the papa karma and go beyond even punya karma also. For that, whatever the phala comes of the punya, also give it to the Lord. While doing all of that, the knowledge of the real self, you have to go on increasing and strengthening. So उपनिषद के द्वारा आत्मज्ञान को पाते रहना है. भक्ति योग कर्मयोग अष्टांग योग के द्वारा विषय वासनाओं को खत्म करते रहना है. In the world, whatever pravda comes without reaction, we have to go through it. Any sukha comes, all of that Krishna Arpanam we do. In this way, all put together is sadhana in which the jiva is dissolved, Atma is revealed. And all this clarity will come to us when we continuously listen on this subject only, the classes for some years or decades, if required, some lives, which is very less. इवन 20 जन्म भी लगे बहुत कम है, जो करोड़ों जन्म का बंधन को काट देगा, मुक्ति देगा. And that knowledge we are studying every day through the Bhagavata, the Upanishads. We just started 2 years back, 2 years is a very less time. Mm. And if you are relentless, only in the study of this, contemplation of this, writing our own notes, become very deeper in this understanding, then we are enhancing our speed of realization or liberation. आराम से धक्का मुक्का करते जा रहे हैं तो और दूसरे भी चीजें कर रहे हैं जिसके कारण जो भी सीखा वो भी हम भूल रहे हैं, then it gets on postponed. Like when I have to go to Badrinath, just landed in flight at the Guptgashi or whatever the Jaga, took the cab or car, went to Badri, had darshan, came back, took the flight, came. हो गया. If you do like that, ऐसा नहीं मैं हरिद्वार में उतरूंगा, मैं आज 4 दिन वहाँ रहूंगा, फिर इधर उधर घूमूंगा, फिर खरीदारी करूंगा, then slowly I take this or that vehicle and go to Badri. Before Badri, every Prayag I will take bath. If all of them are done, then we will have the delay in our darshan. And some of us, by the time we do all of them, the कवाट बंद हो जाता है, फिर उस साल के लिए मंदिर बंद, अगले साल हमको आंख पैर का दर्द हो गया, then we can't go. देखते देखते बूढ़े हो गए, अब गए ही नहीं. In the same way, next year we go on postponing spiritual sadhana. टुडे आफ्टरनून ना मैं सो रहा था, इतना डरावना थॉट आया कि हर दिन बूढ़े बन रहे हो, मरने को आ रहा है, आप सोते हो, उठा, इमीडिएटली एक घाट अपेंडिट में जपा. Day by day we are becoming old only, not young. You observe it? With that feeling, when we do the remaining time only for sadhana, we can enhance our speed of realization. Which, by the way, it's not here mentioned, but we are adding it. So, amulametad bahuruparupitam manovachak prana sharira karma jnanasena upasanaya shitena chitta morirgami jaratya krishnaha. Powerful shloka, complete shloka. Okay? अब देखो, what is the jnana asi, which we have already discussed, but here from Bhagavan Krishna's Mukharavindam, we are listening. And this again next shloka is a very detailed, deep, big shloka. Important things we discuss in them. Let us chant the mantra first. Jnanam viveko nigamastapascha pratyakshamaityhyamatha anumanam आद्यन्तयोरस्य यदेव केवलं कालश्च हेतुश्च तदेव मध्ये. अब्बा, क्या कंप्लीट मजेदार श्लोक है. And we are able to understand it in its completeness because we are studying the Upanishad. We have studied earlier Upanishads also, Mandukyadi. Because of all those inputs, these things we are able to easily understand. वो सब बैकग्राउंड नहीं होता, ये सब पढ़कर हमको हेडेक ही होता है, एक शब्द भी समझ में नहीं आता. So, jnanam viveko nigamastapascha pratyakshamaitihyamata anumanam आद्यन्तयोरस्य यदेव केवलं कालश्च हेतुश्च तदेव मध्ये. अब्बा, बहुत मजेदार, बड़ा लंबा डिटेल्ड श्लोक. But I'll tell you in short, you are so sharp, intelligent nowadays, I don't know why, that you are able to catch so fast. One by one. First thing is what? ऊपर क्या कहा? Jnana is a khadga. That jnana khadga you have to sharpen by upasana. Upasana is relentlessly attending to all those things by which the jnana is gained, jnana is sustained, jnana is strengthened, jnana is convinced about, jnana is used. That's called as upasana. With that, the jnana is becoming shitena, sharper, sufficient to cut all those because of which I am suffering as jiva. Clear? Now that jnana कहाँ से मिलेगा? ज्ञान किसको कहते हैं? वेरी सिंपल, ज्ञानम विवेकः. फर्स्ट सेंटेंस, वन बाय वन विल सी. ज्ञानम विवेकः, बस विवेक करने से सत्य सत्य के रूप में, असत्य असत्य रूप में पता होता है. दैट इट सेल्फ इज ज्ञानम. एंड दैट विच इज अंडरस्टूड एज सत्य इज माय ओन सेल्फ. Therefore, Nitya Viveka, Satya Satya Viveka, Atmanatma Viveka is the effort itself takes us to what is Nitya and Satya and Atma. That is called Jnana. How to understand it more clearly? When you understand the Ajnana. What is the Ajnana? Nitya Satya Atma is forgotten. In the place of that, Anitya Asatya Anatma is taken as Nitya Satya Atma. This is called Ajnana. Because of not having Viveka. Like you do the Viveka, then you understand rope as rope. That you will understand when you know what is Aviveka or Ajnanam. The Ajnanam is taking the rope as snake. So what is Jnanam Viveka? I remember now. Patanjali Yoga Sutra में Patanjali ji defines the Ajnana or Avidya. Beautiful it is. I don't remember that sutra completely. It is like this. Anitya Ashuchi Dukkha Anatmasu Nitya Shuchi Sukha Atma Khyati Avidya. Thank God I remember the sutra. What is the avidya? Anitya, Asuchi, Dukkha, Anatmasu. Those things which are anitya, those things which are asuchi, those things which are dukkhatmaka, those things which are anatma are taken as nitya, shuchi, sukha, atma swarupa. That is called avidya. That is called avivek. Wonderful definition of Patanjali. What is avidya? अनित्य अशुचि दुख अनात्मसु नित्य शुचि आत्मा नित्य शुचि सुख आत्म ख्याति ख्याति मीन्स ख्याल मीन्स imagination or taking it like that. Avidya. If avidya is understood means what is avidya defined as, then vidya, you know. So here jnanam kya hai? Viveka. ज्ञानम विवेक जो है सो है उसको जानना ही ज्ञान है और जो है सो है कैसा पता चलेगा? विवेक करो तो बिटवीन वाट जो है जो नहीं है उन दोनों के बीच. व्हाट इज है? आत्मा. व्हाट इज नहीं है? अनात्मा. अब क्या दिख रहा है? अनात्मा. एज व्हाट? आत्मा. आत्मा को क्या हो गया? डूब गया. अनसीन एज इफ. Very internal it is. Though I am speaking outside to you, you are listening as if from coming from outside. I have to speak from my within and you have to receive it in your within. This is called actual transformation or communication of jnana. Transferring of the knowledge. ज्ञानम विवेक. जो ऊपर बताया ज्ञान वो क्या है? विवेक. Then how to do the viveka of what is Atma and Anatma? What is the source? What is the data? Nigamaha. So the clarity? Nigama is Shastras. Nigama. Agama, Nigama. Yesterday in Telugu also we saw in Vishnu Sahasranama. So Nigama is a Shastra. Upanishads. They tell us the Atma Lakshana, they tell us Anatma Lakshana. Taking that data inside ourselves, when we do the viveka, taking the data, then we know what is Atma and means me and what is not me. That jnanam is called as jnanam. So शास्त्र के आधार पर विवेक करने से मैं क्या हूँ, कौन हूँ, जो ज्ञान जानते हैं उसको ज्ञान कहते हैं. And that through continuous study we have to make it sharpened. That's what upasana है shite. So jnanam viveka. And what is the authority for this viveka with which we get the jnanam of the Atma? Nigamaha. And in that nigama also mainly Upanishads. And the jnanam of the Atma and Atma, what is in Upanishad? Same thing when it is said in Smriti Purana Ityasa, that also comes in the category of nigama. And Purana Itihasa mein many other stories are told, dharmika vishayas are told. All of them help us in purifying. But indirectly they also help for jnanam. But what directly helps is those portions which exactly speak what Upanishad spoke. That's why the Sri Rama Hrudayam is jnana. Lord Shiva's teachings to Parvati is jnana. Because in that Atma and Atma, Viveka is given. Getting the point clearly? Are you into the subject? Are you able to attend? Is your mind intellect is sharp enough, energetic enough, subtle enough, attentive enough, desirous to know? These are things with which you have to come to the class every day. No other thing. Class khatam hote kha ke so jao. Only before the class get up and come. Don't involve in anything. Conserve the time and mind. It is better to sleep than disturb the mind by involving unnecessary things. धीरे धीरे मैं भी वही करना चाहता हूँ, समझ सो ना नहीं, ओनली सत्संग स्वाध्याय जब ध्यान थक गए तो सो गया, इवन क्लास भी छोड़ दिया. Then only we become introverted, internal most, deeper, subtle, meditative, and are able to know the self. नहीं तो इतना पढ़ के क्या फायदा मेरे को भी. इसलिए नायमात्मा प्रवचनेन लभ्यः यमय वैश्य वृणुते, the one who seeks it on the seat of meditation, to him only it is revealed. This I should not tell you, I should practice for myself. समझ, एक काम करिए, बाकी सब साधने हम करेंगे, एक आप करो. जो यमराज ने कहा ना, जो प्रवचन से परमात्मा नहीं मिलते हैं, आप कैसे करो, बंद कर देना. You like this idea, no? नायमात्मा प्रवचनेन लभ्यः. And see, to a sincere seeker, Bhagavan removes even these notions also, that through the upasana, pravachana, the Paramatma is available. By putting him so vigorously in the pravachana, 7 classes per day, finally क्या हुआ? Frustration, depression, anger and confusion. पिछले 1 साल से, है ना, नौ में डेली 6 क्लासेस के हिसाब से 1800 क्लास हमने किया. फायदा क्या हुआ? किसको? किसी को कुछ नहीं हुआ. जो भी हम सोचते हैं वो इमेजिनरी है. दैट्स ऑल जस्टिफिकेशन. दिस इज रियलाइज्ड बाय मी, देन आई विल स्टॉप. But before that, we do, and this is a loud contempt. I told you, no, I'm such a lazy, weak fellow. Without you in front, I can't do my own study, Mananam. Therefore, I'm so selfish. Keeping you in front, and you are Bakra, Bali. That every day you come, Bechare. दैट्स वाई ऑलवेज प्रे, भगवान ये है ही 4-5 लोग, इनको मेरा भी आयु दे दो चाहिए तो, लेट देम लिव लॉन्ग हेल्दी, सो दैट विदाउट एनी कंप्लेंट दे सिट इन क्लास, सो दैट आई कैन थिंक लाउडली. आज सारे सीक्रेट्स रिवील कर रहा हूँ मैं पर्सनल. सो ज्ञानम इज विवेक. ज्ञान है कि मैं आत्मा हूँ, अविवेक के कारण अनात्मा को आत्मा वाला अज्ञान में मैं हूँ. So when you do the viveka, it is understood that I am a jiva is an ajnanam, and what is myself is understood, that is jnana. Self is not created, self is not brought, self is only realized, recognized, it's already there. And it is covered by the ajnana or anatma. So that is through viveka removed. And it is the deep inner viveka, contemplation. That will be told in the next sloka, what is the other and all. सो ज्ञानम विवेक, ऊपर जो ज्ञान असी कहा, व्हाट इज ज्ञानम विवेक. एंड व्हाट विवेक? आत्मा अनात्मा विवेक. व्हाट इज आत्म लक्षण, व्हाट इज अनात्म लक्षण, हाउ टू डू विवेक? हु विल टेल ऑल दैट? निगम. नो, निगम में बताए इन सब चीजों को ध्यान से सुनना और करना. फॉर दैट शुड वी हैव द कंट्रोल ऑफ ऑल द 10 सेंसेस एंड 4 अंतःकरण आर नॉट. बोलो, without that, can it happen? No. Therefore, next sentence word is tapaha. Without this tapasya of controlling, disciplining, limiting all our 10 plus 4 indriyas, antakarana, and conserve all the time and energy, the nigama we cannot study, nor the viveka we can do, nor the jnana we can get, which is an asi, with which you can cut the jiva bhava with all its punch, with all its tails, whatever is strengthening jiva bhava. नहीं कर सकते. Therefore tapaha. तपा 2 टाइप्स. वन इज देहेंद्रिय उपाधियों का अंतःकरण का कंट्रोल वाला, एक तो तपस्या है, मनस इंद्रियाणम एकाग्रम परंतपः. अदर इज व्हाट वी आर गेटिंग द इंफॉर्मेशन फॉर निगमा, फ्रॉम निगमास थ्रू द गुरु सत्संग में, उसका मनन करना भी तपस्या है. वन तपस्या इज कंट्रोलिंग ऑल द फैकल्टीज. सेकंड तपस्या इज डूइंग द मनना of what data we got. In that mananam only the vivekam is happening. In that agni of the viveka, or in that churning of the viveka, the jnana agni comes. In that all the ajnana samidha, they get burnt. Jnana agni dagdha karmanam tamahu panitam udaha. So jnanam viveko nigamaha tapascha. These are all, everything is required. You have to have the tapasya and control faculties, go to the guru and listen the nigama, then you take that data and start doing viveka till the jnana comes. And continuously, relentlessly doing is tapasya. One of the meaning of tapasya is not giving up. Doing once in a while good things, everybody does. In spite of all odds, if we can do what we believe in, that is real tapasya. The tapasya of our freedom fighters. So great it is. How many thousands have given up their lives? The tapasya of the entire world to combat this coronavirus. कितना भयंकर था वो, इमेजिन. तपस्या किया साइंटिस्ट लोगों ने, रिलेंटलेसली डिस्कवर्ड वैक्सीन, प्रोड्यूस इन सच ए क्वांटिटी. 210 करोड़, 200 करोड़ इंडिया ओनली हैज कंज्यूम्ड. 200 crore is not a small. It is not only the injected in vaccine, but the needles there, the syringes there, the vials there, the packing of them, the transport of them, the production units, the labeling of them, the training given to the nurses, accounting of that, data management. कितना बड़ा वो महान महान तपस्या हुआ. Going through those bad period on they did it. नहीं कि खत्म, कोरोना खत्म हो गया तब डिस्कार्ड कर रहे. अरे खत्म कहाँ होगा, हमको खत्म कर रहा है वो. Now the present government, tapasya, in spite of so much of opposition from the selfish people around, continuously trying to bring the country onto its track in all aspects. The cultural track, the economic track, the track of modernization. Every track the nation is trying to be brought genuinely, sincerely. मैं बताता हूँ, आप अपने देश को सत्यानाश करना है तो अभी जो गवर्नमेंट है उसको हटा दो, उसके बाद देखते तमाशा अब कौन बनेगा था प्रधानमंत्री, किसको क्या दिमाग है, क्या करेगा. आई कैन इवन विजुअलाइज विद इन फ्यू इयर्स आवर कंट्री विल बी वर्स देन पाकिस्तान, श्रीलंका, बांग्लादेश if we lose this government by our murkhata. Be careful. Such visionaries come once in maybe hundreds of years, who selflessly, relentlessly commanding everything and are able to do good for all, for the nation. Not nation only, entire world. Paramatma is working through such. If we deny those people, we are denying the grace of Bhagavan. Bhagavan कहते चल मर जा, elect करो किसी useless को. I'm telling very careful, very consciously. I'm not interested in any individual, whoever it may be. It can be everybody. Many people got opportunity, but they are not matured enough. They were not. See how the country, you say cost of living growing, but is not country growing? Every country, including America, France, bankrupt हो गए. पूरा यूरोप का इतना इकोनॉमी कोलैप्स हो गया. But see the India. We are giving food to everyone. We are giving loan. People हमारे पीछे पड़ रहे हैं, पैसे दो उधार करके. Is it not great? See globally, जो very narrow minded selfish होता है ना, उनको ये सब दिखता भी नहीं है. उनको क्या, हमको पावर चाहिए ताकि हम खाना खाएं, हम पैसे खाएं वगैरह, हमारे सारे केसेस को माफ करें. Very narrow minded. If you really are Indian, want India's glory, observe what good they are doing. Appreciate that also, na? Tell one opposition party which is appreciating at least one good act done by the center. I'm not doing the prachar of anybody. I'm telling you how the nation is built and nation is destroyed. By we only the people. By our own wrong choices. हम तो सन्यासी भाई, हमको तो भगवान का ध्यान में मजा है. We are not bothered who comes as what, who does what. हमको क्या है? It is for the everybody else. What next country you have to, what you have to give it to the next generation and all. Next 5-6 generations at least. If you can give power to the real visionaries who take the legacy of the past, glorious, and builds a great future, give the power to them for next 100 years. Then for 5,000 6,000 years, India will rule the whole world in all positive aspects. It's a beginning. One by one will have to come. Now slowly the Indian Shastras will become famous, in which the Bhukti Mukti are taught in so beautiful way, in which the protection of the nation is about nature is spoken about, in which the mutual bhaichara is spoken about, in which all disciplines are taught. एक एक जब आएगा तब जाकर हैरान हो जाएंगे सारे लोग. One or two kattar pankti, study our Shastra and find whatever the wrong things that are not there and they project on that. Right? All the Rakshasas. But the common people of other religions, when they study our Shastra, they give up their religion and come to Hinduism. That is why they are afraid. The kattar wale. Therefore, they teach all, kill those people, do this, that. Sab natak jo ho raha hai, you all know more than me. I am talking about the word tapasya. The tapasya done. Like that in every nation, the leaders, but many of them have narrow visions, widened vision nahi hai, like the vision of China. So great that in 30 years, to what level he brought his nation. But in that there is selfishness, there is cunningness, there is looting small nations and frightening big nations. Therefore, Bhagavan will not allow their plans to succeed. Therefore, Bhagavan goes on giving the natural calamities and all, thus their attention is diverted. See in Pakistan, attention is diverted. Because unnecessarily they want to terrorize India and they want to project India as bad. क्या कर रहे हैं हम भाई बेवकूफ? Bhagavan will not tolerate selfishness. At the individual level also, at the big, at the national level also. Nobody. NATO. How long the NATO will survive if it is selfish? Okay, उनके सारे weapon, how many they can give to Ukraine? I am telling tapasya. Clear? We also have to do the tapasya. Tapasya is never give up in spite of all odds, which we are trying through our classes. Every day is a tapasya for me and you also. है कि नहीं? 2 दिन छुट्टी दे दो, 15 दिन छुट्टी दो, फिर से शुरू करो. आपको आ रहा होगा थॉट, आपका ही थॉट मेरे को भी आता है. अब मैं क्या यूजलेस फेलो, ऐसे भागवत होने दो और खत्म ही होता नहीं. 400 दिन हो गए, ओनली 11th स्कंद. Tapasya. Clear? Jnanam is Viveka. For that the Adhara is Nigamaha. And you have to be qualified to listen to the Nigama and do the Viveka. For that all your faculties have to be intact. What you do for it is called Tapasya. All are interconnected. Jnanam, Viveka, Nigamaha, Tapasya. Then what is the next one? Ki Tapasya Pratyaksham. प्रत्यक्ष मीन्स व्हाट कि आपके आंखों के सामने जो हो रहा है उससे भी आप ना सीखो. एंड क्या सीखना विल बी टोल्ड इन द 4th लाइन, 3rd and 4th लाइन पुट टुगेदर. एट दैट टाइम अगेन विल कम बैक एंड कंप्लीट द होल thesis that is given in this श्लोक. अब तो वर्ड टू वर्ड समझ लेना, टोटल सेंटेंस, टोटल थॉट. तो प्रत्यक्षम, in front of your own eyes you are seeing, learn from that also. सो विवेक के लिए आपको निगमों का आधार लेना है, विवेक के लिए आपको तपस्या करना है, विवेक के लिए आपको प्रत्यक्ष अनुभवों को भी आधार करना है. एंड व्हाई द विवेक? ओनली थ्रू विवेक द ज्ञानम हैपेंस. एंड दैट ज्ञान अलोन इज द वन व्हिच कट्स द जीवा विथ ऑल हिज एसोसिएशंस, व्हाटएवर दोस थिंग्स व्हिच आर स्ट्रेंथनिंग द जीव भाव. हमको मुक्ति चाहिए भाई. मुक्ति किससे चाहिए? जीव भाव से. जीव भाव जब तक है हम बंधन में रहेंगे. हाउ द जीव भाव गोज अवे? ओनली बाय द ज्ञान. हाउ द ज्ञान कम्स? थ्रू द विवेक. एंड विवेक हाउ यू हैव टू डू? ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ निगम. एंड हाउ यू डू? विथ योर faculties intact through tapasya. And the same viveka you keep on doing when you are observing the pratyaksham. Clear? Second one is what? Next one, aitihyam. Aitihyam is the itihasa. The Ityahasa is the speech, the words of the great saints and sages. Take their words also. for doing viveka, to get the jnanam, to remove the jiva bhava, to establish an atma bhava, to get the mukti. Aitihyam. Then anumanam, use your logic also. Use logic, use the words of the experienced senior saints and sages, use your own pratyaksha anubhuti, do the vivek, and take also the data from the shastras, as well as control your all faculties through tapasya. Make them available for doing this viveka. See how important every word and how complete the entire thing is. And see all these 4 5 slokas to study which we are struggling last 4 5 days, how complete it is and how important it is, how relevant it is. And in beautiful simple words, Bhagavan is giving us the essence of all spiritual evolution, essence of all the Veda Vedanta. So Jnanam Viveko Nigamastapascha Pratikshamaitihyam Atha Aitihyam Atha Anumanam. Through all this, when we do Viveka, the Jnanam comes. What is the Jnanam is said in the 2 lines, which is again thoroughly studied by us during our Mandukya Upanishad, the different prakaranas, especially the Alata Shanti prakarana. And when I read this, you feel so at home. Ki, Arey, humne padha tha. So we got another chance to once more forget. That time we forgot, again we can forget. What is that? Ki adi antayoho asya yat eva kevalam. Now, whenever the word asya comes, I told you 10 times earlier, asya means asya jagataha, of this world. The outer grosser, inner subtle world. For all these outer, inner, gross and subtle worlds, आदि अंतयो हो, शुरू में भी एंड में भी जो है, यदेव केवलम केवलम एंड कालश्च हेतु च तदेव मध्ये. Kala is the creator, hetu is the causes, that alone is in the madhya. So before the creation came, after the creation dissolves, what is there alone is in the form of this created name and form. Other than that, there is nothing. This is the final jnanam we have to gain. Adi antayoho asya tadeva kevalam yadeva kevalam kalasthetuscha tadeva madhye. बीच में भी वही है, जो पहले था, जो बाद में होगा, अब भी वही है. That will be given to us in the next shloka through the example of the gold and ornaments to us. Hmm. Mm. Mhm. 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 सो आदि अंत में जो है वो ही मध्य में है, और मध्य में जो है, फॉर दैट द हेतु मीन्स कॉज इज दैट ओनली. काला मीन्स कलना, कलना मीन्स इल्यूमिनेटर. Little sublime this one. I need to take some time. Tomorrow we'll explain it. Today थोड़ा touch करके देते हैं. What was there in the beginning, that alone is there at the end. Before the creation, after the creation dissolution, what remains is same. In between, we are seeing now the entire world. The entire world, hetu is what? That only, no? Which was there before this? So from that only it came. Now when it came now, who is illuminating this entire world? Who is making us become aware of this world? Is that only. That illuminator or the sustainer is called as Karana, Kalam. Kalam means Kalana. Kalana means visualization. Visualizing means illuminating. The illuminator of also in between is he only. And Hetu and illuminator is he. Hetu is Sat, illuminator is Chit. That Satchit alone was there in the beginning. Later also Satchit alone. But that Satchit alone now in between is appearing in this world only because of Aviveka. What is Aviveka doing? Making the appearance as real, thereby making us forget the real. What Viveka has to do, taking the appearance as appearance and knowing what is real. The next sloka will tell what was there earlier, gold. What is there later, gold. In between, what are there, ornaments. Are bhai, what is the hetu for the ornaments? Gold only. What is illuminating the ornaments? The gold only. So what is aviveka or ajnanam? Taking the ornament as real. What is viveka and jnanam? Knowing that the ornaments are imaginary. Then knowing that gold is real. Gold is continuously there. At this moment, on the gold, we are projecting ornaments. Taking projection as real is problem. What's the problem there? Real is forgotten. Then the real alone is real, projection is not real. And the projection being projection, not real, it cannot give us the real sukha, continuous sukha, permanent sukha. Therefore, we are struggling. You know, any food items or medicines, brand label, everything is there. But in the content, अगर डुप्लीकेट वाला दिया तो भूख मिटेगा क्या, बीमारी दूर होगा क्या? ये सोचो. Simple reasoning. You are giving that label that, but the content is not correct or true. Many people do that. घोटाला तो यही तो होते हैं. Everywhere it is so. In the same way, label is given to this projected world as real, but it is not real. Then how can it give us a real happiness? Okay, think little coolly. सो द गोल्ड का एग्जाम्पल देंगे हमको अगले में कि यथा हिरण्यम सु अकृतम पुरस्तात् पश्चात सर्वस्य हिरण्मयस्य तदेव मध्ये व्यवहारिमाणम नानापदेश ही आमस्य तद्वतो. सो दैट एग्जाम्पल बताकर वी रेफर बैक टू द अर्लियर श्लोका एंड डिस्कस द होल थॉट. And give me time, have patience. Like I am also taking time and having patience to thoroughly study this chapter. No matter one day, only 2 or 3 shlokas happen. And we are trying to remember also what was taught yesterday class, connecting it with today's class, trying to make the topic complete. And this effort is consciously put, not unconscious, subconscious, and purposefully. What is the purpose? Let us thoroughly understand the ultimate Paramatma Jnanam, finally given by Lord Krishna, which is the essence of all the Vedanta. Now imagine कि ये ज्ञान हमारे दृढ़ हो जाएगा. Where the world, where the samsara, where are losses, gains, where the janma marana, where is success, failure, where is I am hero, he is hero, how to defeat that fellow. All this nonsense bundled and thrown. And even other things. ए भगवान मेरी नैया उस पार लगा देना और मैं दुखी होकर भगवान घुटने में दर्द हो रहा है ये करो पैर में. These upasana also not required. You are that Atma, you are the Brahma. Tadeva Brahmatvam vidhi, nedam edam upasate. At that level. But before that, we have to, till we reach, we need the upasana and upasya deva, upasya guru, upasya shastra. इनका तो support लेना ही है. But I'm telling, when we reach the parakasta of this jnanam, that's what aham vrukshasya reva. Kirti prushtangere. He never mentioned there about any or Rama or Krishna or the Omkara as my upasya deva. I am doing pranam to them. He transcended all that. He is into the Brahmatmaikya Bodha Sthiti, the Trishanku. From that portals or fights, he is explaining or exclaiming or expressing his joy through that 10th Anuvaka of Taittiriya Upanishad. And that also we are slowly studying. Because the theme is so important, it has to enter. Ultimately क्या चाहिए हमको, ये पढ़ो पढ़ो मुझे आत्मा अनुभव पाकर मुक्ति का पाना है, ये चीज हमको दृढ़ होना है. We have to be convinced about this. Then only joyfully, willingly we do sacrifices and sadhanas. If this nahi hai hamare andar, all our sadhanas will be half-hearted. We'll be again and again going back into the same wretched world of samsara. There's no farak between us before, us now, and us and others. कुछ भी करके आत्मज्ञान से मुक्ति है. Therefore, I have to get आत्मज्ञान. We have to be established in that. We have to be convinced about it. I am bent upon that for me and for you all who are coming regularly. That's why yesterday, day before, every day in our morning introduction, directly or indirectly, we are talking this point only. If you are observing those introductory talks of 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, इसे ना क्या चाहिए फाइनली? आत्मानुभव से मुक्ति या जीव रहकर बंधन? पहले तय करो, देन हम बताएंगे आपको. When you go to shop, he'll not just display the thing. क्या चाहिए? Like when you go to the shoe shop, he'll not bring all shoe in front. पहले किनके लिए चाहिए? First he has to know कि लेडीज और जेंट्स कौन से उम्र के, छोटे बच्चे, वो सेक्शन में जाओ. सी सोटो क्या चाहिए हमको पहले तय करो. Till that doesn't happen to us, that as a jiva I am bound only in the Atma Jnanam as Mukta, I will not be inspired to get the Atma Jnanam. Then I will not do sadhana. टाइम पास करता रहूँगा, दिल बहलाने के लिए. चलो कभी भी क्लास में भी बैठेंगे, सुनाएंगे वही भी. बेचारा एक कैलाश स्वामी जी सुबह से शाम तक चिल्लाते रहते, उनकी आत्म शांति कराएंगे. Is it not? That is very meager level. We have to keep on studying in such a way that we are not only highly inspired and totally committed, but we discover that sense of urgency so much in us that we are ready to give up everything and ready to take up everything or anything to reach out to the sun. The तीव्र मुमुक्षुता, तीव्र जिज्ञासा, पाकर मरना है अगर परमात्मा नहीं मिला तो कम से कम, ताकि in the next life no this bhaga dodi into this worldliness, this pravachan, this running behind people useless. फर से नहीं चाहिए बाबा हमको अगले जन्म में. we all should be like जड़ भरतो, जो भी डियर के साथ खेलना है इसी जन्म. अगले जन्म में लाइक जड़ भरत अवधूत ओनली, he never caught up anywhere, he is in the self. These all ours is preparation for अगले life. In life, this also we are reducing the addition or creation of the new vasanas, because we are conscious, we are careful through the shastra adhyanam. Okay, देखो कल का एग्जाम्पल देखकर, then the 20th sloka talks about the अन्वय व्यतिरेक sadhanas. Then again earlier was said the अन्वय sadhana, it will be in the 21, the Vyatireka will be said, then it won't be left. Next 10-12 slokas only, same thing in different ways, some more additions, sublime way, Bhagavan goes on adding. और मेरे ख्याल में ना हिंदी में भी मैं ये 28वां चैप्टर कम से कम पढ़ाऊंगा, मुझे आप याद कराओ, है कि नहीं? कहीं एक बार 28वां चैप्टर ही दिन में 3 क्लासेस की तरह 8 दिन करेंगे हम. We are going to start all those also, not 5-6 classes per day of different text. Only one text, 6 classes, finish. That also I'll experiment after these all are over, so that you are in continuation of the thought, like a camp, online camp. सारे विचार आते रहते हैं, अब जो भगवान चाहे वही होगा. थैंक यू. ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदम पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. कृष्ण भगवान की जय. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. प्लीज ज्वाइन फॉर अध्यात्म रामायण सत्संग.